The village of Duskwood was super quiet, like someone hit the mute button. A creepy fog hung around, making the old trees look like spooky skeletons. The air smelled like wet dirt and things not so fresh. People whispered about a curse, a secret that sent shivers down your spine. Duskwood was like a forgotten postcard hidden away in a shadowy valley. Shadows seemed to move on their own, making the whole place feel uneasy.
Arjun, a young reporter, arrived in Duskwood with a bad feeling. He had heard the scary stories about girls disappearing. He was here to find out what was really going on.
As Arjun got out of his car, it was like the village was holding its breath. The only sounds were the wind in the trees and a crow in the distance. He felt a chill, like someone was walking on his grave. Arjun walked up to a group of villagers huddled together, their faces full of fear.
"Excuse me," he said, his voice a little too loud in the quiet. "I'm looking for information about the missing girls."
The villagers looked at each other nervously, their eyes darting back and forth between Arjun and something unseen. An old woman with a face full of wrinkles stepped forward.
"You shouldn't be here," she croaked, her voice shaky. "Get out while you still can."
Arjun didn't give up, his reporter instincts kicking in. "I just want to help," he said, trying to sound calm. "Please tell me what you know."
But the villagers, their faces pale and scared, wouldn't say a word. They hurried back into their homes, leaving Arjun alone in the growing darkness. Frustration bubbled inside Arjun. He needed to find someone who would talk. He spotted a light flickering in a nearby cottage, a tiny light in the sea of darkness. Maybe, just maybe, he would find some answers there. The cottage belonged to an old woman named Elspeth, who lived by herself on the edge of the village. Her eyes, though cloudy with age, were still sharp. She listened closely as Arjun spoke, her wrinkled forehead showing her concern.
"The woods," she finally whispered, her voice scratchy. "They say the answers are in the woods." She pointed a bony finger towards the thick forest at the edge of Duskwood. "But be careful, young man. The woods are forbidden. Many have gone in, but not many have come back out."
Even though Elspeth warned him, Arjun felt a strange pull towards the forest. He felt like the truth was hiding in its dark depths. As the sun started to set, he walked towards the woods, his heart pounding with both fear and excitement. The forest felt alive, its branches reaching out like creepy fingers. The air got colder, the silence deeper. Arjun kept going, his eyes searching the ground for any sign of life, or maybe something even more unsettling. Section 4. The Devil's Calendar. Hours later, Arjun stumbled into a clearing. In the middle stood an old shrine, its stone surface worn down with time. As he got closer, he noticed a small leather book lying open at the bottom of it. He picked it up, his fingers tracing the faded words on its cover, the Devil's Calendar.
With shaky hands, Arjun opened the book. Inside, written in messy handwriting, was a list of names. He recognized them right away, the names of the missing girls, and next to each name, a date, the 12th of the month.
His face went white as a ghost as he realized the horrible truth. The air felt even colder now, and a low growl echoed through the trees. Arjun's heart pounded like a drum in his chest. He wasn't alone anymore. Something was watching him, its unseen eyes burning into him. He could feel its presence, evil and ancient. Section 5. Blood Moon Rising. Arjun spun around, his flashlight cutting through the darkness. Standing a few feet away was a young girl, her long black hair falling down her back. Her eyes, wide and unblinking, stared right at him. They were empty, like windows to a soulless room. Suddenly the moon, big and round, peeked out from behind the clouds. But it wasn't the normal silvery light Arjun expected. It was a deep, blood red, covering the clearing in a creepy light.
The girl smiled, a creepy, empty smile that sent shivers down Arjun's spine. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered, her voice a hollow sound in the quiet night. "He doesn't like visitors."
Arjun's blood turned to ice. He knew who he was. the thing that haunted this forest, the one taking all the girls. Arjun stumbled back, his foot catching on a root. He fell, the book falling from his hand. As he looked up, he saw the girl take a step towards him, her shadow stretching out like a bad sign.